How you guys doing? Good. Okay, so one time I had this friend, and she was blind, right? But she loved going to the movies. Like every week we'd all get in the car, we'd go to town. We were there for the sights, but she really liked the sound. Most nights she'd have her eyes slammed shut and her head held down because she was painting pictures on the insides of her eyelids with colors that we had never even seen. Her favorite movie was called When We Were Kings. She liked the crackle of the film and the warmth from the screen. Most nights, if I didn't understand the shot or the scene, she'd lean over to me and tell me what it all means, and that to me is the American dream. Her reds weren't red and her greens weren't green. And pools, to her, they weren't blue, they were just chlorine.
Yeah.
She could tell when day became night because she could hear the hum in the mic from the artificial light. She hated movies in black and white. She'd always say, you know, something just doesn't feel right. And people would say things like, seeing is believing. And she'd say, I don't really think so. I think that simply being is believing. And actually, believing is seeing when you ain't never seen. Because kids like us don't have to fall asleep to dream or open our eyes to see. Like when she was 3, she found her mother lifeless in the tub. And there weren't any images burned into her mind, but there was the scent of the blood. She cracked open the door. She knew something wasn't good. She begged Mama to wake up, not knowing that Mama never would. And from that day forward, instead of using paper, she painted pictures on her skin. And these days, when she tries to hide the pain that she felt as a child, she just walks into the tattoo parlor and says, you, draw on me what makes you smile. And they did. Guy drew a picture of him and his kids. See, the ink was the only gift they had to give to show her that they loved the way that she lived. A guy drew a slam poem this big from the side of her breast to the bottom of her rib, and she spent years running her fingers across the raised scars trying to decipher the message of that poem. But see, that poem is this one. And the tattoo artist was me, and I spent weeks crafting the map to my heart and my past to show her that I loved the life that she had. See, she became the drive that made me grow wings to take flight. She taught us all that when life gives you lemons, pick one up and take a fucking bite. Because people would ask her, how do you cope with being blind? And she would say, how do I cope? God made me unable to see. So what? So what? How do you cope with the fact that you were born perfect and you've wasted your entire life feeling sorry for other people? They say things like blind leading the blind as if it was a problem. She lead people blind as bats from the Batcave back to Gotham. And her fire is inside all of us, pumping joy that hopes to never die. Her words and static eyes cut like hot knives through butter. Fly, I sculpted those words in hopes that she would come find me. And she finally did. In Knoxville, Tennessee, on June 2nd, at the Southern Fried Poetry Slam, and she's right there. And she's there. She's there.
Yeah.